Hey, this is Shad 115, and today I'll be presenting my first ever Call of Duty Zombies theory video. Now, before I get started, I'd like to thank the City of Z for allowing me to be a director in the revamped Republic of Z. I'm a new YouTuber, so this opportunity is truly astounding for me. Now on to the real point of this video. I can imagine that there are still many people that are angry or upset about the ending to the Black Ops 2 Zombies map, Origins. Now, I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't be upset. The reason why is because there is a possibility that Origins takes place in an alternate universe. Now, this is a very big claim to make, and I'm not going to say that it's completely accurate. This is simply a conclusion that I've reached after conducting research on Origins. You may take this information however you want. To start off, I'll first have to talk about the map, Mob of the Dead. Now, Mob and Origins are two very unique maps for this one reason they have in common. Out of every Zombies map ever made, these are the only two Zombies maps made by the Call of Duty campaign team rather than the actual Zombies team. This information automatically opens up the possibility of these maps being different from the others in terms of story. In Mob, it is already apparent that the map exists either in an alternate universe or simply exists independently from the main storyline due to the fact that it is stuck in a never-ending loop depending on player choice. Mob of the Dead has also dropped many hints that on that map there is no real official controller inside the MPD. Mob of the Dead also has no science to explain what's going on. Now, I know obviously that the science in Zombies isn't real, but usually the explanation for how some of the stuff in Zombies happens is explained through the Zombies mode's established fictional science. For example, the Hellhounds are Samantha's dog Fluffy after being affected by 115. However, in Mob of the Dead, the wolves/dogs that appear on the walls have no explanation of where they came from. They simply materialize from the wall. In previous maps, we've seen something similar to this phenomenon in the form of the wall weapons, but Mob is the only map where a living thing materializes from the walls. It is also hinted that the wolves are some of Albert Arlington's drawings brought to life. It would appear that magic plays a much more important role in Mob than the fictional science we're used to seeing in Zombies, which could suggest alternate universe. Now that I've stated my evidence for why I believe Mob of the Dead takes place in an alternate universe, it's time to explain how this ties into Origins. For one thing, Origins was also created by the campaign team. Now, if the campaign team made two Zombies maps, and one of them takes place in an alternate universe, it is perfectly plausible to question whether or not the other map they made is a part of the main storyline. And here's why. Let's use Samantha as our first example. The Samantha that we knew on the map Moon is different from the Samantha in Origins. Now, since the Moon version of Samantha we knew first and was actually created by the Zombies team, we'll assume that she's the canon Samantha. Let's start with the minor differences. On Moon, Samantha's hair is pitch black, while in Origins it's brown. Also, Moon Samantha's eyes are dark, while in Origins they are blue. Now, these are small differences that may not mean anything, but we should also keep in mind that Treyarch is known to pay attention to detail. Also keep this in mind as I now state the two major differences between the two Samanthas. The first being her voice. I'm aware that the Origins Samantha has a different voice actor, but even still. Previously, Samantha's voice had a strong German accent, while in Origins, Samantha speaks with absolutely no German accent and actually speaks English with an American accent. The next big difference is the way that Samantha speaks. On Moon, anytime Samantha spoke, she often spoke in a demonic voice and was always angry and commanding. In Origins, Samantha was never commanding. In fact, throughout the entire Origins Easter egg, not only was she not commanding, but oftentimes she begged for help and gave off the impression of someone that was scared and helpless rather than angry and vengeful as we've all known her to be previously.
Goodbye, Daddy. I love you and I miss you. But I want my body back, and I'll destroy that evil Richtofen for taking Daddy away!
Please, I beg you, free me from Agartha.
Let's now move on from Samantha to other things that don't add up in Origins. One of the biggest things is what happens at the end of the Easter egg. As far as our knowledge goes, Samantha was freed from Agartha at the end. If this is true, then that means there's no longer a controller, therefore bringing the storyline to an end. But this also raises questions such as, where is Samantha now? Did she die upon release from Agartha, or was she actually released in a human form, left to live her life? Both possibilities raise even more questions. The most likely possibility is that individually Origins was indeed made up by Samantha, but not the entire zombie storyline, and it was the Samantha of a different universe that made up Origins. Some people have been trying to connect Origins to the main storyline by making the claim that Dr. Richtofen took Maxis' brain out of the Maxis drone and put it into a good human host, thereby allowing the events of the zombie storyline we've all previously known to unfold. This is impossible though. The final step in the Origins Easter egg is actually sending the Maxis drone into the gateway to Agartha. Since the Maxis drone was sent away, Richtofen couldn't have gotten it back. This is yet another piece of evidence that disconnects Origins from the rest of the zombie storyline. In conclusion, there is a strong likelihood that Origins, like Mob of the Dead, exists individually from the main storyline, perhaps in an alternate universe. Therefore, we Zombies fans should have more comfort with the ending cutscene of Origins. Alright, before I end the video, I would just like to repeat that I'm not 100% sure about this, but even though this is just a theory, it still has a good amount of evidence to support it. Okay, so if you liked the video, then be sure to leave a like, and if you want to check out my channel, there'll be a link in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and this has been Shad 115.